Wasn't that fun? Let's try something else.
Welcome back to another mixed review. You got Taryn up here, your boy CJ down there. We are back with my final Avenged Sevenfold pick, which is Brompton Cocktail. This is my favorite song by them. I heard it a long time ago from a buddy that showed me before I even had really listened to much Avenged Sevenfold at all, and this kind of like inspired me to listen to more of their shit. And even after I listened to more of their stuff, like it still remained like one of my favorite songs by them. Partly because I think the subject matter is cool. It's just, or at least I don't know if cool is the right word. Interesting, I should say. But it also, I think, since I showed you Nightmare and we've been talking about the drummer and stuff, this was actually written by the drummer. And Brompton Cocktail is essentially, I don't recall exactly when they used to do it, but somewhere in Europe at some point, I think around the 1800s, maybe before, a little bit after, something. They used to do this thing called the Brompton Cocktail, where if you were essentially dying of, cancer or some sort of disease or something, they would offer you this thing called a Brompton Cocktail, which was essentially like all the crazy fucking drugs they had, like opium and fucking morphine and whatever else the fuck they had, and they would just inject it into you, and like knowingly you would die from it, but you'd kind of come to life a little bit before you died, because you'd be loaded up on this fucking cocktail of drugs. And that is actually the way that this drummer ended up killing himself. And he wrote this song before that ever happened. And they didn't realize, obviously then, that this was how he's going to take himself out. But
Damn,
yeah,
that's crazy.
so that gives you kind of an idea of the subject matter of the song and everything before you hear it. But yeah, so without further ado, here is Brompton Cocktail.
choice will save me from this life. Please don't question why my sins have been forgotten. I believe I'll find peace in afterlife. Please don't question why I'm left this way.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, I liked it though, even though it kind of got like a dark
I mean, it's
background
dark,
to
but
it.
it's a. I mean, the first time I ever heard the song, I just really liked the way that it sounded. I didn't
Yeah,
even really listen to it all that much, but I really
yeah. I was
like the
trying to really listen to
lyrics.
the lyrics after, especially after the background story you gave me. I was just trying to really listen to the lyrics, and like I get it. I kind of get it. I mean, it makes more sense to
I
why they did that.
I think the main thing that like the line I really like from the song that I think kind of encaptures the whole song is when he says God, how's it go? The and I have the right to die how I wanna and leave how I arrived so alive.
Yeah,
I I I love that like imagery of like like a baby being born, is like he's arriving alive, is the same as he's instead of dying as his half self and fading away,
yeah,
he's taking himself out like at full function. Like I don't know, I just
yeah,
it's dark, but
yeah,
it's fucking
yeah.
like
That's deep though.
it's deep as fuck, and it's like it's badass as well in sort of a fucking dark way, but it's
Yeah,
and also like um I don't know, with especially with my mom like working in hospice, uh it's very like a lot of people, I mean most people I would say, you know, they they fade away, or
yeah,
they get to a point where they have to give you so much morphine that you're pretty much overdose anyways, man. And I mean that's essentially what happens is you either get drugged to death or whatever's killing you is horrible enough that it finally kills you. And not like almost nobody dies peacefully in their sleep. Like that's
yeah,
just not a thing, dude. That doesn't happen. People don't just unless they were loaded up with morphine. That's how that works. If you want to die
yeah,
peacefully, they load you up with morphine because what's killing you is probably, you have lung disease, or you have, some sort of degenerative something that's fucking you up, but that's not killing you slowly.
yeah.
It's super dark, but like it's fucking eye-opening. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
putting that shit into perspective before that time comes like is important, because you need to know like you got to be prepared for that kind of shit, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that shit happens to everybody. You can't just think
Can't
like
avoid it.
yeah, oh you can't just think like, oh, I'm just going to get to the end and I'm just gonna go to sleep and like, nah, bro, it ain't how it works. Like, but yeah, I didn't mean to get all super dark on you, but that's kind of the song sort of brings that out a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my favorite fucking Avenged Sevenfold song.
Nice.